106.5 FM, KCAA Loma Linda.
Allan Borgen here.
And Izzy Bussy.
And we just had a big Mexican dinner, lunch.
Brunch.
It was the big one. It was.
Literally, I'm like in a food coma.
And you said you weren't going to eat much.
I know. I ate everything, and I feel like
you always force me to gain weight. You always force me to eat too much. She ate like a horse. But
I feel like I'm like dragging myself right now.
She tells people she's like a little bird. Yeah, a vulture. It's like huge. Anyway, we were a little full here. So, but anyway, it was a great day. Beautiful day out today, isn't it?
I know. Beautiful. Yep. Set outside.
It's supposed to rain next week, I think, isn't it?
Oh.
And snow, I think. No, really, in our area.
Snow?
Yeah, well, on lower ends.
Oh, okay.
Ukaipa and stuff like that. So.
Oh, jeez.
Anyway,
no
fun day. A lot of good stuff happening, and my LA Kings are not doing good, but that's okay. That's only sports. But the restaurant scene is good. We went to a couple good restaurants we'll talk about in a week to come. And with the holidays coming up, we thought it'd be fun to have some products that people can buy that are different than on Amazon and stores. Something, handmade, that made small batches and local products. And we have a couple here who have one of the best products that we've had, and we'll get into them in a couple of minutes after we do a few spots here. But anyway, other than that, everything okay with you, Izzy?
Yeah, I'm doing great.
Ready for your cruise?
I am so ready for the cruise.
We're going to Mexico. And a lot of people go, oh boy, Mexico, just go drive to LA. It's like the same thing. But anyway, it's a fun cruise. We'll be on Celebrity, and we'll have them on talking about it's on the Solstice. And that's the same ship we're planning on going to next year to the Orient, to Thailand. Let's see,
it's
Thailand,
like 3
Vietnam,
ports in Vietnam, and then
Singapore,
it's
and
Thailand. Yeah, we board the ship in Hong Kong, go to 3 different ports in Vietnam, and then to Thailand. Then debark on Singapore. So.
And best of all, it's going to be a Let's Dine Out tour. So we're going to have some specials on that pretty soon. Prices are amazing. We're talking like for 2 people without airfare, with a higher grade, fantastic views and everything for like $5,500. And that's with everything, with port taxes. I mean, you've got it, insurance, everything. So
yeah, with an upgraded ocean view room. So it's amazing.
Can't wait for that. So.
Yep, I'm excited.
Cool. But before we get into our guests, I want to talk about a couple of sponsors. One is All Magic Paint and Body. If you were involved in an accident like I have, I think twice now, I was rear-ended, again, my car, not anything else, but anyway, I got to clear that up a little bit. But anyway, finding a place to do your car can be a problem. And there's a gentleman who I met, 15 years ago maybe, and I've always been impressed with him, but I've never used his services. But I finally went to it. It's called All Magic Auto Paint and Body, and I was incredibly overjoyed with my car. Is in perfect condition. What's nice is every day they gave me updates on everything. If something's going to be late, they let me know. They let me know how's it going between the tooling, everything. If there's a problem, they let you know that they don't hide anything. They specialize in computerized coloring matching, specialize in frame repairs with their modern laser measuring system, and they're OEM certified, whatever that means. It's a big thing, I heard. They also do specialty cars like Teslas, and they're located, again, in Eastvale, Norco, Moreno Valley, and Fontana. And I just can't, say enough about them. And if something about my sponsors, if I don't like them, they can be great, they can do okay service, but if they're jerks and really screw people around, I don't want to be part of the show. And if I say I like them, you're going to like them too. So this is one company that hopefully you won't have to use them, but if you do, then this is one I recommend. Again, it's All Magic Paint and Body. And the website is allmagicauto.com. That's allmagicauto.com. And again, I really, really like them. They take you to get a car if you need a loaner, and they really help you out. That's the main thing. So, again, allmagicauto.com. It's a Mexican food coming up on me, I think. I had a torta like the size of my face.
It was huge. It's probably the size of 3 hamburgers, if you can picture 3 sizes.
I only ate half of it. I couldn't even eat the rest.
Yeah, it was huge. Yeah.
So, but we'll talk about that restaurant coming up. So
yep.
Let's talk about if you like Chinese food like we do.
Yeah, if you like Chinese, usually I can't get through this because I'm always hungry. So today I probably can get through this really well. What's Ray Shanghai Bistro is located next to Redlands DMV. It's on Lagonia.
Really good place.
Yeah,
actually.
yeah,
We
right?
love it.
Oh,
that
great. So
place.
you recommended them to you
Oh,
guys,
yes.
and you went and tried it. And they're one of the largest, most delicious array of traditional and original Chinese dishes available in the Inland Empire. Some of my favorite dishes, and it's a house-made pot stickers. They make their own from scratch. Crispy pork spare ribs with garlic, the unique spicy lamb with bamboo, and the sweet and tangy deep-fried orange peel beef. The savory basil spicy shrimp, plus a lot of vegetarian dishes. Alan's favorite is the hot and sour soup there.
I like
And
that. It's got a little kick to it, which is nice. And
Yep.
I just like that soup.
yeah, you go somewhere else and you're like, oh, I like it there
Kinda
better
boring.
still. Yep. So whether you dine in or pick up the food or have them cater your next party or special occasion, you'll see why Ray's, R-U-I'(S), spelled R-U-I'(S), Shanghai Bistro is truly the best Chinese restaurant in the Inland Empire.
And one of the top in Southern California.
Yeah, and their website is Ray's, R-U-I-S-S-H-A-N-G-H-A-I, Bistro, B-I-S-T-R-O.net, Ray's Shanghai Bistro.net.
Now, in Cantonese, it's... Try it. Just try it.
There's nothing.
You can't,
I have nothing
we
to
must have one
translate.
person out there. That,
No,
no Cantonese?
no,
Okay, how about Portuguese?
no.
Oh, Izzy, you're feeling me.
Yeah, I know.
You're like
You might have to
Superwoman in
trade
my
me in
eyes.
for a new
I
model.
will,
Yeah. But Ray's Shanghai Bistro, that's the place to go for
It really
Chinese
is.
food.
It really is.
Okay, well, you heard voices. Thank goodness it wasn't just me. But we have our two guests here, and I had a pleasure of meeting them at one of the fairs around the community. And what's nice is they have a lot of local vendors out there, and especially the food vendors. That's the main reason I come. Although Izzy goes and she buys clothes. So, but I met them there, and I was like, what impressed me was the passion they had for their product, which is something. It wasn't just there to sell. They really cared about their products. And it's been about the last 4 or 5 months, they've really grown a lot. From the labeling to marketing to everything. And I just really proud of them, and I wanted them on. So with us is Julian and Teresa Kazan, and they're from J and Big T Sauces, and welcome to Let's Dine Out Show.
Thanks for having us, Alan.
Talk a little lower. Okay, go. Anyway, so you've been to Roy's, so you like Roy's Chinese food?
Awesome.
Isn't that really good food?
Yeah.
It's one of the best. So.
Yeah, I prefer the cashew chicken there. It's really good.
Well, that's kind of wimpy, isn't it?
It
Come
isn't.
on.
It
Well, you put your,
isn't.
I know, you put your sauces on it, right?
Well, I'm very specific. So, like, when I like something very specific, and the cashew chicken there is just incredible.
Oh, cool. Okay. Well, we took you out for sushi one time.
Yes.
You did pretty good there.
I did. It was my first time really
That's
delving
right.
into the sushi aspect of, like, being a foodie, because, like, it's weird. I'm a foodie, but I shy away from fish. But with you guys there, I was kind of like,
Oh, good. We have another one we're going to take you to. Oh, Ethiopian food. Have you ever had that?
you know what? I haven't. They used to have an
Oh,
Ethiopian
so
food
In
in
Loma
Loma
Linda,
Linda,
yeah.
and it closed down, unfortunately. But we really wanted to try it.
In Artesia, we went to one that was fantastic.
Oh,
so
yeah.
let's go one
Oh,
time.
it's so
Absolutely.
good.
Yeah.
So there, you don't need any hot sauces. Get your hair curled up. So. Okay, let's talk about your business. What got you into it? And let's start. How long have you been doing it?
Well, originally I started doing beer and wine, which kind of led to fermenting other things. And so our hot sauces and products, I can't say they're all hot sauces, but they're all fermented. We make pickled garlic, which is actually a fermented garlic. It's another way of pickling. We make fermented hot sauces. We make spicy kimchi, which is vegan. All of our products are vegan, but so we actually skip the fish sauce and the shrimp base because, I used to be a wimp on the fish and everything like that. So we also make barbecue sauces with no sugar or tomato products. So it's actually safe for people with nightshade allergies. And what you're seeing right here are two new products that we have. One is a fermented chili pineapple paste, and it uses Indian Kashmiri chilies. And we have this new product right here, which is a fermented sauce made from Tuscan melon and pink pineapple.
Ooh.
Yes.
Yum.
And that one's pretty hot.
Yeah.
And so
I already told Alan, I'm like, yeah, you're going to be a dedicated taster if you're going to taste anything.
Pink pineapple? I never heard of that.
So it was the first time that I actually encountered it. One of our fellow vendors had gotten it from Costa Rica. And so I cut it open, and lo and behold, it was pink. I didn't believe it myself, but it was about the color of a grapefruit, a pink grapefruit. And so I was like, this is a very pretty color. And I've used pineapples before on sauces, and so I was like, why don't I try something with this? So we're always experimenting and trying to put out new products, you know, and of course we try it first. And this was definitely a keeper.
Where did you find pink pineapple in this neck of the woods?
There's another farmer that we know. He's another vendor there. He has avocado farms, and he grows a lot of chilies, exotics.
Ooh.
And he's like, hey, you want to check out a pink pineapple? I'm like, I've never heard of that. Like, yeah, of course I want to try it out. So I got one from him, cut it open, and yes, it was pink.
Wow, that's so amazing.
Yeah.
I have to check that out
So-
without the spice.
Now you said you started in a different direction. How'd you get into hot sauces?
I've always been a foodie. I've always been someone that cooks. I'm Indian. We eat spicy food for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I've started actually gardening and growing peppers. I started growing onions, garlic, and everything like that. So kind of applied my knowledge of fermentation towards vegetables. This was kind of during the pandemic and everything like that. So I had a lot of time on my hands and really
That's a great time to refine your techniques,
Right.
really, you know?
I had been making my kimchi and the garlic for years, though, and I didn't think there would be a market for it because I didn't think anyone would like it because I make mine very specific. I make it without the fish products, and I make it spicy, and then the garlic is just something that's not really out there like that.
Yeah,
They have
the
fermented
garlic's
garlic, but it's
amazing.
not the way I make it. And so we initially started out with hot sauces, and my wife is like, you better start selling that garlic because that is a hit. And I'm like, I don't think anyone would like it.
That is
We
a
sell
hit.
10 times more garlic and kimchi than hot sauces and barbecue sauces. It's ridiculous. People come and they'll buy 4 at a time. And it's not cheap, but it's a labor of love. It takes 3 months of fermentation for this garlic, and it's done completely utilizing traditional fermentation techniques. We use literally water and salt. And with the correct balance, you can initiate lacto fermentation.
Oh, wow.
So it's like beer and wine, except the byproduct is not alcohol, it is instead lactic acid. So we promote the growth of lactobacillus. And we do that in all of our products. It's 3 months for our garlic, 6 months for our hot sauce, a month and a half for our kimchi, a month and a half for our barbecue sauces,
Wow.
and 3 months for our chili paste. So these are all products that take months, to even bottle.
Teresa, is he like a mad scientist?
Yes.
Is he like, ha ha, welcome kitties?
Well,
Halloween, is he out there with...
Well, I was in the medical field, so I had to take all the chemistry classes and everything like that, and I'll tell you, the information was not lost on me.
He likes to sit and watch it grow. And I'm like, it's
Oh,
not
I
going to
like to
grow
watch my
any
plants
faster.
grow. I like to watch my products ferment. I'm one of those guys.
So does anyone ever come to your house to eat? They're probably scared.
No, actually, she always gets on me because it seems like I feed the entire neighborhood and the entire community because I don't know how to cook small. I only cook
That's
big.
like me.
So when I cook a dish, I'm calling everybody to find out who wants to eat so that, it won't go to waste because
It's almost like you snooze, you lose. You better come get it when it's ready.
That's true, so.
That's
I got some
good.
facts here. I don't know if you probably know. You've done a lot of research, I'm sure, but it's kind of fun facts out there. Only mammals are sensitive to spices of chili. I didn't know that.
Well, birds eat peppers and they tend to carry the seeds and pass them through their stool.
Yeah, but
Just-
most other animals, they can have it and it doesn't affect them.
we had a dog and she would eat stuff that we wouldn't touch. Like we would leave it on the table. We had this one spicy chicken. It was one of those hot chicken things.
Oh, my
And it was so hot. We were like, we make hot sauce. We can handle it. We got the top level. We left it on the table, and this dog, I'm not gonna joke. She went and ate the entire thing. It was a Belgian Malinois. Ate the entire thing and just sat there licking her chops.
She wanted more.
She wanted more.
Wow.
Wow.
Bell peppers are actually from the same plant as chili peppers. Didn't know that. Bell peppers can be. I'm talking. I can't look here. It looks this way. Let's see.
Can people
Bell
hear
pepper
him?
can be purple color. There's some purple ones. Chili peppers have lots of vitamin C, and so they're very nutritious. Actually, eating a pepper when we have a stuffy nose is a good thing. It helps to clean it out. Also for first aid, if you have a cut or something, you put cayenne pepper, hot cayenne pepper on it, on a wound. That also helps to stop the blood.
Well, they say it has a pain relieving effect. The
What?
capsaicin. Yeah.
I can't imagine. You put like hot pepper on a cut. Oh my God, I'll be screaming.
Well,
I
it's
can't
like
see
it's like
myself.
putting salt on a wound, huh?
Yeah, exactly.
I'll have to try that on you next time.
Yeah, we'll try it on you first. How
Oh,
about
yeah,
that?
sounds good. There's about 4,000 varieties of chilies. That's the one that really got me. what amazes me is every year they seem like they're finding a new chili.
Right,
Like,
because they're crossbreeding them. So like the
Peppadews,
Carolina,
like the Peppadews.
yeah,
They're not
Peppadews.
spicy, but I love them.
Yeah,
they're so
they're
good.
really good. They're really good. And just like the Carolina Reaper, these are like cross-pollinated peppers. Like they're creating new strains all the time. There's supposedly a pepper X out right now. I got some seeds and tried growing them. Big fail, but at least I tried.
Wow, that's amazing. Now, the Scoville is a scale of hotness from real high to real low. And we'll start with real low. Izzy, you'll like
That'll
these.
be me.
Yeah, bell pepper is 0. So
That's it.
Okay, cool. Let's see. There's pimentos. They're anywhere from 100 to 500, nothing. Anaheim's real low, anywhere from 500 to 2,500. Poblano is 1,000 to 1,500. Jalapeno is 2,500 to 8,000.
Okay, that's where it ends for me, I think. Like barely, like poblano, maybe a touch of jalapeno. That's it.
Chisitos in there too. Those are the ones you like.
Yeah, but they get spicy because
Most
you
of
never
them,
know.
I think they said 1 out of 10.
Well,
is
I always
real
get
hot.
the 2 out of 10.
Now the Hungarian pepper, that's I guess paprika. That's 5,000 to 10,000. I didn't know about that. Serrano's 10 to
I didn't either.
23,000. Tabasco's 30 to 50,000. Cayenne's 30 to 50,000. Let's see, Thai is 50 to 100,000. Now we're getting to the big boys. Scotch bonnet, which I was in when I was in Jamaica, that's what introduced me to it. Fantastic, because
That's one of my
Yeah.
favorites.
great flavor.
We actually make a
It
Scotch
hit
bonnet
it,
sauce.
but then went away. That's what I liked about it. But it was
Yeah.
really good. So that's a Scotch bonnet. Habanero is 100,000 to 300,000, 350,000. Fatali, which I never heard of, is 125 to 325. Then they have the Savina habanero, which is 350 to 577. Chocolate habanero, yeah, right. 425 to 577. Ghost pepper, which I thought was real hot, but obviously it's not.
It's not the top of the scale, huh?
855 to 1,041,427. Oh, they lost me there. The Trinidad Scorpions, 1,200,000 to 2 million. Carolina Reaper, 1,400,000 to 2,200,000. Here, that's that pepper spray, which again, I don't know if they use different peppers or what.
No, it's extracts.
What is it?
Yeah,
Okay.
so it's like really concentrated stuff. It's used for crowd control
Right.
and subduing.
Well, here it's 2 million to 5,300,000.
Yeah.
And the big one, just pure Capisan, which is the part that makes it hot, is 15 million. So
Yeah.
this chart, I guess, doesn't have the newer ones on there.
Well, Pepper X it's a new one. So yeah, I tried growing some and didn't.
Are
like
they easy to grow?
No, peppers are pretty hard.
Really?
I've had some seasons where I didn't grow any peppers that first season, and then the second season it was just crazy. What's weird is my pepper plants right now didn't produce any peppers the entire summer, but for some reason right now they're just blooming like crazy, like peppers everywhere.
Wow.
And I don't understand that because it's cold.
Yeah. And usually they're
Yeah.
summer plant, aren't they?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah,
Weird.
yeah. So it's just strange. I don't understand.
Well,
it,
that's
but-
good for you because, wintertime, get more peppers, get more sauces going.
Well, we outgrew our ability to grow enough product to produce our sauces. When we began initially, we grew everything from our garlic, onions, peppers, everything. Because we only use whole fruits and vegetables. We don't use any powders or any frozen stuff. So what makes it difficult is now we have to create relationships with farmers. We have to create relationships with producers of what we need in order to maintain our whole fruits and vegetable, type of philosophy on
Yeah,
this.
yeah.
So we are working on certain things with local farmers that do things. We have farmers that do greenhouse stuff, so we can actually acquire our products, as we need them. But we go through a fermentation process, so we are able to acquire a lot of product and put it through the fermentation process and have a consistent supply. So
Now, when
That's
you
cool.
when you do testing on each product, do you like tie Teresa up and make her eat it? Or
no,
does she say, "I'll try it. I'll try it"?
I can
We-
eat
we both
hotter
fight-
than him now.
Really?
we both fight over who has to try it when it's done.
okay.
Oh,
Because
really?
I don't know what it is. As I got older, it's just a little harder for me to deal with. And like, we had so many people say, like, "Can you make a hotter one?" And I'm like, "Are you serious? Like, that's not
All
hot
I can
enough."
say is
If
stay-
you look at this, Reaper, 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 Reaper,
They
and
want hot.
Reaper.
Reaper.
Yeah.
It's like we do peri peri right there, and then a Kashmiri chili, and then obviously our garlic is not spicy. It's actually kind of sweet.
Yeah, that
So-
one's amazing. Even
garlic
the
is-
sauce
it's
is
just pickled
amazing.
garlic is all.
I know. That is so good. You can learn, like, and I don't like raw garlic. And this one is actually so good. You can eat it by itself. It tastes so amazing. I can just put that on whatever, rice, potato, whatever it is. And that's a meal. Like, it's so yummy.
Oh, we get it all the time where we watch people eat it out of the jar and then come return the jar asking if we want to recycle it. And I'm like, not really, but you really ate that whole thing out of the jar, you know?
Wow, that's
It's
amazing.
so tasty. Yeah.
Now, how do you tell your customers? Do they have like flames coming out of their rear ends or what?
Well, you know what's funny is a lot of the customers are scared to try the garlic because they're expecting that harsh garlic bite. So we have to kind of
That's me.
convince them that, hey, it's sweet, it's not going to hurt, it's not going to be terrible. Try it. Once they try it, they're like, oh my God, I have to have that. And obviously with the other stuff, I can't tell them, don't worry, it's not going to be hot because it's going to be hot, you know? But we also make one product. We actually make two products that are not hot.
Well, let's go through all of them. Then we'll
Yeah, sure.
talk about that. So, okay, so we have the what do you call it? The garlic.
The fermented
And these
garlic.
are
Yep.
the- These
Yum.
next four are the ones that the regular ones.
Right.
One's a garlic reaper.
My
hot.
favorite.
Why don't you talk about that a little bit?
So the garlic reaper it's kind of garlic forward, reaper in the back, but it's our hottest one, but it's also our most popular one. So that's the one that even people that don't really care for hot sauce, for some reason they love it. It's also the one that people come and purchase for, like, you know, everyone has that brother or cousin or nephew or aunt or whoever it may be that likes really hot, and the person that's buying it doesn't want to try it, but they want to buy it for that person. That's our big stocking stuffer or gift one. We have a very unique one, which is the Raspberry Reaper.
Yes.
It's a raspberry-based hot sauce. So we only have one product at all that uses any sugar, and that is the garlic that we discussed earlier, and that's for the brine. We ferment it traditionally without sugar, and afterwards we put it in a brine to age, and that brine has some palm sugar in it. And that's our only product. So with the Raspberry Reaper, the sweetness comes from the raspberries. We also have the next product, which is a Carrot Reaper, which is, you know, you would think that's kind of odd to have carrot in hot sauce, but it's like a sriracha on steroids. We don't use any artificial thickeners or preservatives. So in this scenario, it comes out thick like a sriracha, but the thickness comes from the cellulose in the carrots.
cool.
So it's a way you can avoid any chemicals or anything like that by using something natural, and those are fermented carrots as well.
Awesome.
Our next product is a garlic piri piri. So piri piri was originally a Portuguese pepper, brought to South Africa and the UK by Portuguese, you know, colonists. But for some reason, it's not very hard. It's not very easy to find here in the States. But we make a garlic piri piri. So when we acquire piri piri peppers, it's going directly into fermentation, and we use the green. So it's a green sauce. Our next is the spicy kimchi. And the spicy kimchi. So ours is different in the fact that we don't use fish products such as raw shrimp paste or fish sauce when fermenting the vegetables. We use the traditional vegetables. We use Napa cabbage, daikon radish, carrots, and we make our own gochujang. So we don't use gochujang because sometimes it contains MSG or fish products. So we make our gochujang from scratch. So
Wow.
I don't know if you could call it a traditional gochujang because it doesn't have the fish products or MSG and all that stuff, but it's basically a pepper paste that we make ourselves.
One second before we go to the next one. We reintroduce everybody. You're listening to the Let's Sign Out show right here on AM 1050, 102.3 FM, or 106.5 FM, stations that leave no listeners behind. And with us is Julian and Teresa Kazan, and they're from J and Big T Sauces. And why don't you talk about your website and also some of the places we can get them?
Sure. Our products are all available on J, the letter N, Big T Sauces.com. So that's jnbigtsauces.com. We ship in the continental United States, and feel free to browse our collection of products, and you can order directly from there. You can also contact us at 909-433-1747 or on Instagram, and that's at jnbigtsauces on Instagram.
And you can also go to Gerard's, or you will be going to Gerard's.
Actually, Goodwin's.
And Goodwin's.
Yeah, so our products are available at Goodwin's Organic.
It's in Riverside?
Redlands.
Just Redlands, okay.
In Redlands, yeah. And hopefully soon, we'll be expanding to the Lake Gregory and Riverside one.
Cool.
And we're working on getting our products in Gerard's as well.
Great.
In Redlands.
And this is great for a Christmas gift, for holiday gifts. If you have
Stocking
somebody in your
stuffers,
life that loves hot food, you can make a whole bunch of fun ones with this stuff.
Yeah,
Well,
absolutely.
and plus you can, hot sauce, you don't have to use the whole bottle.
Right.
You just need a sprinkle for like a whole dish, and it gives it that flavor, and there's no byproducts, no MSG, because a lot of these things, people are allergic to it. They have like side effects from it, headaches and different things like that. So, I mean, it's amazing to have a natural product, because if you look at most of the sauces on the market, commercial made, they mostly, if you start reading the fine prints, it's got MSG in it.
Or
So-
high fructose corn syrup.
Oh,
Yep,
that's a
It's
big
another
exactly.
it's another cheat.
Yep.
So that actually brings me to the topic of our barbecue sauces. So we don't use any sugar or tomato products. Now, sugar and tomato products, they're very cheap, highly available, and they're considered fillers. So most barbecue sauces that you find on the shelves, you will find that the first two ingredients are either sugar or high fructose corn syrup, and either ketchup or tomato paste, tomato puree, stuff like that. These are cheap fillers. We use none of those. We
Wow.
sweeten ours. We have three barbecue sauces. One is a raspberry Reaper. So instead of sugar, we use raspberries, and it's obviously got the Carolina Reaper pepper in it. We have that's our hot one. We have a medium one, which is a smoky strawberry, and that we use strawberries instead of sugar. And once again, no tomato products at all. And then our one that has no spice is our honey peach. And we are in a collaboration right now with Holy Honey in Oak Glen, California. They produce the honey for our honey peach barbecue. So
Oh,
that's
cool.
basically honey, peaches, and ginger.
Ooh,
It's good
yum.
for, kids like to dip their nuggets, or people that don't want any spice. It's a good glaze on chicken. Just so much you can do with it. So that's that's the difference between our barbecue sauces and other barbecue sauces. We don't fit the
It's
normal.
real clean.
Yeah,
It's-
super clean.
Yeah.
You're not going to get a sugar load. You're not going to get all that, but it's still delicious.
Have you tried Sprouts yet?
We haven't tried Sprouts
Sprouts
yet.
would be perfect, because
Yeah.
and the same thing with Whole Foods. They don't take products
Clark's.
that have anything like yours.
Yeah.
Clark's Nutrition Center is another one.
So the big thing is we don't use xanthan gum. We don't use potassium
Yeah.
sorbate. We don't use any colors. We don't use any thickeners.
So it's all natural. 100%.
Everything's natural, and the fermentation gives it shelf stability. So now that's that. Now you guys are actually the first to encounter these two new products. One is
Is our medical bill paid up?
Is he? Are you
So-
going to try this one?
oh wow, I would be careful with this one. So this is a kind of a different one from one we did last year, which sold out like within a couple weeks. We did a Tuscan melon Reaper hot sauce. This is a Tuscan melon with pink pineapple Reaper. So it's a little warm, but it's got some exotic
A
ingredients.
little
in
warm.
It.
Yeah.
And then
A
I
little
have
warm is understatement.
and then I have my take on a sambal. So a sambal is basically a chili paste. I ferment my chili paste, and I use, instead of like Thai chilies or stuff like that, I use an Indian Kashmiri chili, and I ferment it with pineapple. So it has sweet notes, it has spicy notes, it has garlic, everything like that. It's really good for cooking. Just like the fermented garlic. You can make garlic mayo out of it. You can make an aioli out of it.
Aioli.
You can make a marinade for your meats. If you're vegetarian, you can do a stir fry with it.
It doesn't take that much either.
No, it's pretty potent. Yeah, and with this chili paste, I use it as a base for my curries sometimes if I want kind of like a slightly sweet and spicy curry. Really good with seafood like shrimp and fish. And yeah, that's basically our
At one point, you were thinking about doing like recipe cards.
Yes.
Or recipe or
we're still
recipes.
considering that. Yeah.
Yeah, because I mean that's a big thing. That would
Yeah.
help you.
Yeah, because every time people come, they say, "Well, what do I do with this? It's delicious, but what do I do with it?"
How do I
'Cause
use it?
they're uncomfortable eating the garlic by itself. Like even though they enjoyed it, they're like, "What? How could I use it?" And the simple answer is this: you can use this in place of any garlic that you would have used in a regular recipe. Top pizzas with it. You can make marinara sauces. You can make pasta sauces. You can integrate it into dough and make like a garlic bread. There's just so much you can do with it because it is essentially raw garlic that has been fermented, so it still retains its crunchiness. It's just whole aspect of garlic.
Early on, when I became a food critic, the two things that really got to me was there was a woman, Marilyn, who owned a place called Cowgirls Chocolates, and she made really, really fancy chocolates. But she was the first one to infuse chili peppers into it.
Oh, I love that.
And oh my God! And then Swenson's ice cream, that was an orange chili. But that's where I learned to really infuse different things. But I think a dessert, like a dessert sauce with a little pepper in it, would be fantastic. Because to put over it, I mean,
You know what's funny?
But I think you can use any of this and infuse it with, like with a chocolate sauce, like a syrup or something, and top it.
He wants me next to the phone. Okay, is that good?
Well, we were approached by a tequila manufacturer when we were at this event just, I believe, last week in Orange County, hosted by the Pop-Up Shops. And they have craft tequila manufacturers. This was a new company. And they wanted to know, like, basically what we could do to, produce something for a cocktail.
Oh, wow.
There's also another interesting thing with this Raspberry Reaper hot sauce. So people who like making chicken salads, you ever had a raspberry vinaigrette?
Yes.
So this would be a spicy raspberry vinaigrette, and people have done it where you basically whisk the Raspberry Reaper hot sauce with some olive oil. Give it a nice whisk, emulsify it a little bit.
Yep.
Chicken salad, pour it on top. You now have a spicy
wow.
raspberry vinaigrette.
Yeah.
But see, Izzy just prefers to open up the refrigerator when no one's there and just guzzle it. I don't know if you do that, Teresa, but Izzy's that way. She looks really innocent, but she just guzzles things from her, right?
Never.
No,
Never.
not at all.
Well, there's a reason they call Big T Big T. Her name's Teresa, but everyone calls her Big T. She can eat like a horse, too.
No.
She has a bottle of this on her nightstand. She's a midnight eater. So I wake up to a bunch of
Crunchiness.
Yeah, crunching and chewing.
Well, I can see like a nacho cheese sprinkled on a little
Yeah.
bit. I mean, just
Put a jicama.
anything. Jicama. would be great.
Jicama.
That apples.
So I have a couple things in
Are
the
you
works
down?
right now.
Well, you-
I'm working on one that's based on beets. You have the color of beets.
Yes.
It's just so
Purple.
So
and just
pretty.
pretty. So since we don't use any colors, the colors you see on these products, and they're pretty vibrant colors. Like this is from the raspberries. That's from basically the reapers. This is from the carrots, and that's from the peri-peris. Like we don't use colors. So look at the bright yellow from the peaches in the
Yeah.
honey peach.
Yeah.
So we have to get creative on what we're using in there. So instead of artificial colors, we got to find something that, and beets are sweet, so it's
Yeah,
gonna add
natural sugar.
Yeah,
and
natural
ferment
sugar as
really
well.
nice, I think.
Plus, there's different colored beets too. So
Yeah,
you can do a
they
purple
do.
one, you can do orange,
Yep.
yellow.
Absolutely, and I'm a fan of beets. I cook beet curry all the time. So she gets sick of it actually because I love them
Beets
so
are
much.
becoming more and more popular, and there's vitamins now. There's
Yeah.
all kinds of stuff with beets, and it's amazing what has so many nutritious values to them that people don't even think about. But now it's going crazy.
Right. And we also try to keep everything local as much as possible. So we were using our local Redlands honey. And so we linked up with Debbie at Holy Honey in Oak Glen, which is pretty much local honey as well. And so, we try to get ingredients from as, locally sourced as possible. Like our beets, we got them from the farmer's market, where we were also doing business there as well. So different things like radishes, things like that, we'll pick up from local sources.
Which markets do you go to that people can come and visit you?
Okay, great question, Alan. Okay.
Well, you told me to say that one.
Yes, absolutely.
You gave me a list of things.
Ching-ching.
Oh, that's
I
right.
did not.
A great time for a shout out, huh?
Right. So actually, Jennifer Cias at Forzia Market, she does a market at Escape Craft Brewery.
Escape
and
Craft,
she
okay.
also does Hellendale, and what else?
She's taking on Newberry Springs.
Oh, she just started Newberry Springs.
Wow.
Obviously, Samantha and Debbie at Sunday Market Redlands, also known as Sunday Funday Market, which is at the Asistencia. We got Debbie at Holy Honey, where we were doing the Oak Glen. We were doing it at Apple Blossom Ranch. So during the apple season,
Which is now.
we've been over there.
And
Oh,
don't
awesome.
forget,
Pop-up shops. We've been doing Orange County shows with May and Sergio. Pop-up shops. Newport Beach, San Juan Capistrano, Irvine. Those are like some really high-end shops. Also, Christiana. We've been doing Rancho Mirage, Indian Wells,
Oh,
and
cool.
La Quinta, Old Town.
Well, you guys are busy, aren't you?
Really? Yes.
Oh, yes.
Actually, we're so busy. It's crazy. Expansion is going on. We're creating new relationships and doing collaborations and stuff like that. So I do also want to thank Mark Romo at Hereford Labs. He's supported us since day one with our photography and
he's
all
a
of
garlic fan.
He's a garlic fan. I mean, I'll say as a customer alone, but all of our photography and stuff for our website and everything like that. Citrograph, which is a local Redlands company, they do our business cards. They've done all of our logos. All of our business cards and our display stuff. Goodwin and Sons, Mike Johnstone, Inland Wraps, Doug And then I got to say, Morpheus Anesthesia Consultants, they've been big supporters. If you want to know about that, I'll tell you about that.
What is that?
So Morpheus Anesthesia Consultants, I'm also a
Easy for you to say.
medical coder and biller. I do anesthesia specialty. So they...
This would do it, right? This would put you out.
Yeah, absolutely. They take our products. Well, not only do I bill and code for them, but they take our products to different locations in Beverly Hills and stuff like that. Place it on the shelves for all the doctors and and nurses to try. And they've been very supportive throughout the whole process.
Cool.
So
That's awesome.
yeah, you've really. How long have you been doing this?
We're gonna reach a year this month.
Yes.
You're kidding.
Yeah, we started. If you
So when I
saw the
first-
way we
when I
looked
met you're like 6 months into it.
yeah.
Yeah.
If you remember how we looked compared to how we look now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Big
we got a cargo
difference.
van. The guys at Car Doctors of Loma Linda keep our cargo van healthy. And yeah, I mean, when we started out, we were doing it in our Mercedes-Benz sedan, and now we're in a cargo van.
That's
So
awesome.
But
Yeah.
don't forget our biggest fan.
dad and family.
Yeah.
So my
That's
dad
great.
and our family, like that guy. I mean, he's from the mold where you're only in the medical field or nothing, right? And seeing how we've progressed in such a short time, and you know the goals that we have and how we've achieved the goals along the way. It's a journey, and it's a journey that's continuing. He's become our biggest fan.
That's great.
That's awesome.
Yeah. He was supposed to be here today, but he had a Rotary Club meeting. But
Oh,
He's
it's
here
more
in spirit.
important. Yeah, right. Yeah, he's real supportive. Yeah.
He comes out and sits with us.
My
in the
background
heat.
social work, so I can do family counseling
so
too.
he's
Yeah.
in his 70s. He will come and sit with us at markets
Yeah.
and
Aw,
literally be
that's
sitting
nice.
there
He makes
watching
sure
us
that
with a
we
smile.
have
We'll-
food.
That's my son.
Yeah,
Yes,
we'll
my
catch
daughter.
him like in a corner, just watching us, like out of our sight. Like we will notice him like later on, but he'll be watching us, and you could see a smile on his face.
Well, your enthusiasm, both of you.
Well,
It's
that's-
just overpowering.
And your stand, I mean, I swear, that's how we met you guys. Your stand is the buzzing stand of the place.
like the
usually.
go to Costco.
Yeah,
free
because
samples.
it's usually the one that has the most people around. They're all crowding around. They're all interested. And you made it so exciting, and you explain your product so well. I mean, it really, you do have a good turnout, when you have an event. So, yeah.
Yeah, we like to interact with our people, like explain to them why this product is so different. Because you can get hot sauce on the shelf anywhere. You can get barbecue sauce on the shelf anywhere.
Correct.
There's 3 different types of kimchi to choose from, and then they can't find this garlic. They don't know what that is.
Yeah.
But once it's explained and they're offered an opportunity to try it, they are immediately, especially even the barbecue sauce with no sugar and no tomato products. A lot of them are buying products that are just sugar heavy, and when you could find a product that tastes good but doesn't have the chemicals or just the added calories that are unnecessary, they're surprised.
Now, for people who aren't into real hot foods, what would be good to tone it down? I know water isn't good. Milk or what?
Bread.
Bread.
Spread, really.
Bread is the secret. Is a secret thing.
Oh.
We tried this hot
We've
sauce.
had
I
to
won't
do
name
it.
it, but it was so hot. I'm telling you, it was so hot. I was in pain. I
We
wouldn't
were
worse.
both crying.
Yeah.
Let's be, we were both
We
crying.
both put pieces of bread in our mouth and you just kind of like
looked
hold
like a
that
chipmunk.
bread there and like let it soak
Oh,
up.
really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
You gotta let it soak it up.
I know, like in Southern cooking, they always have sweet bread because if it's spicy, you
Yeah.
just take
The
some
Hawaiian
sweet bread.
rolls
Yeah.
is what I
Oh,
was.
Hawaiian
Yeah.
rolls are good. Yeah.
Yeah, a little bit of sugar,
Yeah.
a little
Yeah.
bit, that kind of mellows it
'Cause
out.
you drink water, you have a little
just
bit
spreads.
of relief for a second, and then it
But it
spreads.
spreads.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it made it worse.
just makes it worse.
Yeah.
So the bread is the one thing because we were literally crying. It was that bad.
Oh,
My
wow.
eyes were
My
watering.
lips
nose
were burning.
I felt like I got pepper sprayed.
Yeah.
My
Oh,
ex-partner and
gosh.
I, we did 25 years ago, if not longer. Oh, about 30 years ago. We went to a Thai restaurant, Thai Nakorn, never forget it. It's in near Knott's Berry Farm, Buena Park. And they had one dish, and it was so spicy, we couldn't eat it. It was the only dish ever in all this time I've been doing food critic that I couldn't eat it. We both couldn't eat it. I mean, there's
was
other
too
ones,
hot.
like Ethiopian food one time. We were eating it, and we were like crying and going yummy at the same time. It was butter, chilies, and it was like a steak Diane, just pure steak. It was ground up. It was so delicious, but you're crying like this, and our faces are turning red and everything. And so those are my 2 experiences of. But that was straight on. You don't normally you eat this with other products, so
Right.
it does dissipate when you mix it up with things.
It does.
I mean,
So-
most people aren't
yeah.
like me and drink it out of the bottle,
Right, we have to explain that to customers all the time. We're giving them a sample, and I always tell them this is like the punch in the face. Normally you would eat it with food, so it would be toned down because you're not just taking in straight sauce. So I always tell them to be aware that this is really hot right now, but you're only going to use a little bit on the food,
With food safety and everything, is it possible to give some crackers or something with it?
You know, it is. However, it's just a lot of hassle to do a cracker with it, and it also would
something.
it also would change the flavor of the sauce because a
Oh,
lot of
it does.
a lot of the people that we get are hot sauce purists.
Okay, so
So they don't want to taste it adulterated with anything else. So when you consider a tortilla chip, you're gonna taste the salt from the tortilla chip
Right.
along with the salt of the hot sauce,
Or the corn.
along with the corn, and it's gonna adulterate
The flavor.
The flavor.
Yeah.
So we let them taste it like a little dab, and they taste the sauce as it tastes, and then they can imagine what they like to eat it on.
Right.
You know, we have suggestions like obviously the raspberry reaper is good on chicken, fish, and stuff like that. Garlic reaper is good on everything. However, it's up to them to make that decision what they want to use it on. And we always tell them when you guys cook something, if it's unique, tag us on Instagram because we love to see stuff. Because there was one customer who made a salad dressing out of the garlic.
that would be
Yeah.
good.
So they made
I was thinking
yeah,
that's
they
what
made
I
a
would
salad
do.
dressing. So these are all new uses of this of these products that we can see. And there's people that want to see a kimchi hot sauce, which we're actually in testing phase on that.
Even if you purate it,
Yeah, that's basically what kimchi hot sauce is, a pureed
Yeah.
kimchi. So that's basically what it is. But the whole process, you have to complete the fermentation first.
So just one more step.
Yeah, it's one more step, and you got to make sure that you got to go through a pasteurization because once you seal it in a hot sauce bottle, so this kimchi is not sealed per se because it is an active culture. With the hot sauces, they are sealed because what happens is they're pasteurized, and that stops the fermentation process. Otherwise, you can have exploding bottles.
Yeah.
well, we don't want that.
No,
Yeah.
not at all.
That probably wouldn't be good for business.
No, not at all.
No.
So
Yeah, these are all just.
I have another question, but before that, one more time with one of our sponsors. If you're going through any kind of family problem, divorce, or anything like that, anything with family law, it's hard finding a good attorney. And for me, when I was going through mine, it was recommended by two women who actually lost to them. Their husbands beat them, but they liked this lawyer so much. They were saying he's so good that's why I went to them, and they're fantastic. That's a
Let me
compliment.
take this away.
Yeah.
Take this away.
Oops, Bowler and Bowler. Well, they're right here in Redlands. It's Bowler, Bowler, and Bowler. It's a father, son, Toby and Sean Bowler. And what's nice about them is they're very professional. They talk to you. They don't talk down to you. If they say they're going to call you back, they call you back. They're very knowledgeable. They've been in business for over 50 years combined. And plus, their staff in the office are fantastic. Very professional. Like I said, if they say they'll call you back, they call you back. And I really, really, admire that. And when you go through it can be very stressful. And I mean, it is very stressful. They make it as easy as possible, but they're there for you. And fortunately or unfortunately, a lot of times you may not like what happens, but a lot of it's just based on law. And if the law is that way, there's nothing you could do. But it's up to your attorney to turn it
To
around
know-
a bit to help you out if you have any loopholes type of thing. And these guys really know their levels of what they can do and what they can't do. I mean, some things are just pure. It's the law. That's the way it's written down. They punch it in, and that's what you have to pay, or whatever. So that's usually the way to avoid, especially if you have kids and stuff.
Wow.
But Bowler and Bowler is fantastic. Highly recommend them. Their phone number is 909-335-4848, and it's Bowler, Bowler, and Bowler.com. That's Bowler and Bowler.com, and that is a horn from a chain right here in Redlands. Yes, I heard 3 weeks from now. I think no more.
Yeah, we just got that notice too. Like they're gonna stop the honking.
Honking. Yeah. So okay, got a question. So when is your anniversary? 1 year anniversary?
This month, I believe mid-month.
We in
this
what?
month.
Oh,
November.
wow.
We're in
cool.
November. Yeah, it's our 1 year anniversary selling.
Yeah.
So when we started last year about this time, and it was a mess at first, but we got everything in order, and as you can see, it's just completely different. I mean, our product has still been the same quality. It's just the
marketing.
minutia, like marketing, labeling, logos. We had to get everything in kind of consistent. How it's set up.
It's a learning process.
It is. It is definitely. And we weren't business people in the past. So what happened is we're learning business along with marketing our products and producing our product.
Your typical client who buys this, what ages are they? Is it male, female, or both sides, or what?
That's what's
It's all
crazy.
different.
It's all different because we have such a wide range of products. Okay, like the hot stuff. Obviously, it's going to be kind of a younger sort, which we do get our rare older people that like hot stuff. The garlic sells across all categories. Literally, that is like 10 times more than everything else. It sells across all categories because it's not spicy, but it's delicious. Barbecue sauces tend to, interest people who barbecue or who like to dip. The kimchi, it's either you love it or you hate it. So that can be across all categories as well.
And there's so many different types. I once had a sweet kimchi.
Okay.
And it was delicious. It was fantastic. And I was like, I didn't know that you can do that. But I forgot how many different types of kimchis there are. But there's thousands of them.
Absolutely. I have an actual batch of kimchi that's a cucumber kimchi. So they usually do that in the summer. It's like a cooling kimchi. They kind of call it like that. But it's a cucumber kimchi. And I made
we
a
had
small
a white
batch.
kimchi too.
Oh, and then we made a white kimchi, which is no spice.
Oh, wow.
So
Yeah,
it's
really?
actually the same kimchi minus the spice.
Oh, cool.
So, and that was really popular, but it was mainly like older people that would like that because they love kimchi. They they can't handle the spice.
Yeah.
And then we got these people that just through all categories that are just like, punish me.
Yeah.
And literally, I think in the last week I've had 3 people just say, punish me.
My neighbor, he's like that.
He's like that, yeah.
For his surprise
Nothing
birthday
is
party
hot enough.
last
Yeah,
year.
but I thought that was something that's usually said behind closed doors. This was said at a market, and I was just like, how do I react to this? I mean, oh, you want hot sauce, like really hot. But
Yeah, it's amazing. Some people can just have that, no problem.
they're over here dying, and
yeah.
they're just like, give me more. Give me more. 'Cause
You got
sometimes it's
anything
like when you-
hotter?
yeah, when you
It's
eat
like-
something hot, it's sometimes like it doesn't burn you hard until you stop. Then you got to keep going.
In a way, you're in a kind of medical profession, and maybe between you and Izzy, you could answer this. Why do some people get affected and some don't?
Some people say it gives them a buzz. It releases endorphins. So they're like, man, I feel like I got a little high off of this hot sauce. And I'm just like, it doesn't do that to me. So I don't understand it. Like when I eat hot sauce, it's like, okay, that's hot. That tastes good. You know, these people are like, oh my God, this is like.
So
this
no
is
more
like-
cannabis.
It's like, wait a
Okay.
second.
Okay.
I mean,
yeah,
I
like,
think
okay.
I think it's a safer route from cannabis. I mean, although there's nothing wrong with that in these days.
No,
and
a
ages,
chili
you know?
dispensary, yeah.
Well, but this is legal. You know,
Yeah.
you carry your chili
Well,
anywhere.
cannabis is too.
Well, in the state of California.
Yeah.
Outside of state is not.
Yeah, and we
So,
do get a
yeah.
lot of orders from Texas, Washington State, Wyoming, weird
Vegas.
places like Texas. They love this barbecue sauce. They order it by the case.
Yeah. Well,
And-
because it's so unique.
But you
know.
would think they're such purists on their barbecue and
Food.
traditional stuff, like especially barbecue. Like Texas is known for barbecue.
Yeah.
But they order this stuff and they're just like, no sugar and it's spicy and it's thick. It's not like watery and. I mean, we do our ribs with this, and we just love it, like the
Oh,
Raspberry
cool.
Reaper. And so, just surprisingly, it's something that we're gonna start joining or entering competitions.
Oh, cool.
soon.
That would be great.
So yeah, we're gonna go through the hot sauce festivals and stuff like that, and start entering our products.
I'm very close friends with. Have you been to Redlands Ranch Market?
No, we have
It's
not.
on Lagonia.
Yes, we have. Redlands Ranch.
not for our product.
Oh, no, we haven't taken
I
our
know
products
Dave
there.
very well, and they've got from around the world. They've got all kinds of unusual stuff. This would be perfect. So when you're ready, let me know. And
Oh,
I'd
actually,
love
Ken told us about that too.
Yeah,
Ken.
very nice guy.
Yeah.
Just, I mean,
Yeah,
really-
he's a very, very
he the
nice
owner?
man. Yes.
Oh,
Mhm.
okay, perfect.
Yeah, so when you're ready, let me know.
Absolutely, we will.
Take you down there, introduce you.
And also we didn't mention you guys. You guys have been supporters of us since we met. When we met, you had already basically mentioned like you want to be on the show and this and that, and I was like, of course.
Well, I love
I
to-
didn't recognize you at first, but I had been watching you since.
What, you thought it was
childhood.
Shamu or something?
No, you got.
Why? What do I look like?
You got in shape.
Oh well, I lose.
Well,
lost a
I mean,
little.
it's an industry you're in that you have to partake. And
Oh, I
wanting to-
partake.
So I didn't recognize you at first, and then when I did, she actually got on my bumper. She's like, "You got so excited." And I'm like,
believe it. I'm like,
that's
dude.
that's Allan Borgen.
It's just me. Just me.
I was like, I've never thought he would get so excited like that. I'm like, I thought I would be the one to get all like, oh my God.
just me. Just me. But
Well-
I just admire people with passion. I admire people who have the testicles, the balls to do it. A lot of people talk about it, but they don't do
Right.
anything.
And you know what?
I mean, you said let's do it, and then I always believe if you're gonna do something, do it right.
Yeah.
And that's
Right.
something you guys are doing, and I mean, you've made mistakes and you've grown, and you've gain, lose up and down, but you learn from it and you listen to people. It's one thing about you. You listen to people. It's not just ego driven.
Mm-hmm. Right.
And I really admire that. We both do.
And I was actually scared to leave the comfort of the medical field and doing other things to pursue a business, such a specific business like hot sauce. Like, who the hell leaves the comfort of what they're doing to make hot sauce? But I know my family and other people are like,
Well,
really?
Teresa's
He's gonna
been
make
very
hot sauce?
supportive and-
She's the one that pushed me to do it.
That's
she's
why
like,
Big
stop
T.
being scared.
That's
You're
the
not
Big
gonna
T,
do
right?
it. Yeah, that's the big T. That's
Yeah.
why she's Big T.
How do you know unless you
She's
try?
like, are you really? I'm like,
You're
I was
already
just-
making the
I was
stuff.
afraid
Yeah.
of failure, and not just failure, but like, it's such a specific thing to do, like hot sauce. I want to make hot sauce.
Yeah,
you know?
but your hot sauce is not just hot sauce. That's the thing. I think that's what sets it aside from other hot sauces on the market. It's so different. It's not what you would buy at any stores. I mean, you don't
Right.
get the same ingredients. You know,
Right.
It's
usually
true.
you read any labeling, it's not stuff you recognize. It's all the chemicals and whatever. You know, they don't go through all this fermentation process. I'm sure. You know, and so it just makes it so much more interesting.
You've done your
too.
homework.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
Yeah.
And that's what I
And
tell
we do
people.
everything
Read the
scientifically.
label.
We
You can pronounce everything, and you
Yeah.
know what it is.
Yeah, exactly.
In a year from now, where do you want it to be, your business?
I want to be able to be in a place where more people can enjoy our products. They can enjoy a quality product and, have access to it. Because, like I said, you go to stores and you will not find these products that don't have sugars and fillers and chemicals in it. And it's like, we don't need them. Like, if I want to thicken a sauce, I can use carrots. If I want to make something sweet, we have so many fruits that have natural sugars that we can use. And we don't need oils. We don't need all this stuff. We don't need it. And if you don't need it, a lot of times a quality product is less is more. So, that's what we aim for is less is more.
I'd like to see us on Hot Ones.
I would like to be on Hot Ones. I'm not gonna lie. I actually reached out to
I
Sean
would like
Evans
us-
of Hot Ones. It's a YouTube show that
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
basically they have celebrities on there and they try different sauces at different levels. And so I actually reached out to try to get one of our sauces. They have a kind of a closed group, so I would like to do that. Just to say I did it.
Well,
That
you
would
can
be
do your
fun.
own. You can do your own.
I
and
could.
You got your cameraman here. You can have a little.
Absolutely.
You can have wusses here, people tasting it, just the fun reactions and
Yeah.
everything. And
You guys would
Well,
be
I don't
our
really want
first.
to do a copycat show. I would like to kind of be on his show just because he does it well. I'll give it to Sean
He
Evans.
does.
He does it well. He's a good interviewer. He does it as a journalist, and he also makes it funny and fun.
it's got to be that way.
Yeah.
So, real quick, what's the best way for people to buy this? Your website?
Website is jnbigtsauces.com. That's J, the letter N, bigtsauces.com. Also Instagram at jnbigtsauces.com.
And Goodwin's Organic Market.
Goodwin's
in
Organic Market
Redlands.
in Redlands. Yes.
And give us a call if you have
Legacy 1050 AM, Southern California.